Welcome to the second of our in-season training modules for flag football officiating. This one will cover co-recreational rules, so let's jump into it. So let's talk about the players required to start the game. Ideally, we'd have 8 players on the field at all times. That's 4 male and 4 female players. However, as we can now start the game with as few as 5 players. Those 5 players could be 3 male and 2 female, or 3 female and 2 male. Additionally, both 6 and 7 player combinations are still okay. For 6 players, we're dealing with either 4 and 2, either way, or 3 and 3. And for 7 players, we're dealing specifically with 4 and 3, again, either way. Any of these combinations are fine to get a game going. So let's talk specifically about some restrictions as it relates to male players and running through the line of scrimmage. Remember that male runners are prohibited from running the ball across A's line of scrimmage unless it's after one of the following things. The first one is that the ball has been touched beyond A or K's line. That could be because the pass was thrown that was touched beyond the line, or it could be because a female player has carried the ball beyond the line and pitched it back, or it could be because a pass was caught beyond the line and pitched back to a male. Any of those things are acceptable reasons for a male runner to then subsequently run the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Additionally, once there's been a change of possession, the neutral zone is irrelevant, so anybody could run the ball anywhere. And this is new for this year. Once a legal forward pass has been thrown at all, a male runner could then carry the ball beyond a scrimmage line. That means that instead of the pass having to cross the scrimmage line on its own, the pass could be caught in the backfield and then by any player, male or female, and then legally carried through the line of scrimmage. This would not be a foul. However, if a male player does not adhere to one of these rules as it relates to crossing the ball or running the ball across the line, that is a foul. The foul is for illegal male advancement. That penalty will be 5 yards from the previous spot with a replay of the down if accepted. So let's talk about the passing game and the terms open and closed. Open means that any player can complete a legal forward pass to any other player. It doesn't matter male to male, female to male, female to female, male to female. Any of those are acceptable. However, once we've had a male-to-male completion on an open play, that closes the play. And on a closed play, it means that a male player is prohibited from throwing a legal forward pass to another male player. We'll talk here in a minute about how to open closed plays, but just know that if the play is closed, it is illegal for a male player to throw a legal forward pass to another male player. Moving on in the passing game, it's important to note that the first play of a new possession for a team is always going to be an open play. Whether that's because we are starting the half, coming up after a score, or after an interception or a fumble recovery or a punt return, in any of those cases, the first play of the new possession is going to be open for the team on offense. It's also important to note that if we indicate erroneously as officials that a play is open when it should be closed or closed when it should be open, we will always replay the down. We'll nullify action during the down and replay the down. And as I mentioned previously, as soon as we've had a legal male-to-male pass completion, the down that follows that will be closed, irrespective of penalty enforcement. The next play will be closed. So once the play is closed, we have to talk about how we're going to open it up again. So we have a closed play. Here's the way that we open it. First, we require a legal forward pass completion. There must be a female passer and or a receiver, could be both, and the play must result in positive yards. As long as we can say yes to all 3 of those things, the down that follows will be open. However, if any one of these elements is missing, the play is going to remain closed. So, if we have a legal forward pass completion between a female passer or a female receiver or both, however, the play does not gain positive yardage, the subsequent down will remain closed. If any of those things are missing, the down that follows that closed play will still be a closed play. Some other important notes relating to the passing game. Remember that a pass that is caught jointly by male and female teammates is considered a female reception. This is designed so that we don't have to decide who caught that pass really. We just know that if we have a joint reception between male and female teammates at the same time, we're going to consider that a female reception. It's also important to note that the only foul that has an impact on the open and closed status of the next down is a legal male reception. Any other foul, we don't care about the enforcement of the penalty as it relates to opening a closed play. So if you remember the play I mentioned on the previous slide, let's say we have a female passer, completes a pass to a male player, he flag guards and then gains 9 yards, but enforcement of that flag guard brings us back behind the previous spot. The play would still be open on the next down after enforcement because we had a legal forward pass completion, there was a female passer, and the play resulted in positive yards irrespective of the penalty. So just remember that only illegal male reception will impact whether the next down is open or closed. Otherwise, we ignore penalties. Speaking specifically about illegal male reception, if on a closed play we have a legal forward pass completion with a male passer and a male receiver, that is a foul for illegal male reception. The penalty for that foul is 5 yards from previous spot and carries a loss of down. This foul specifically is accepted from the all but one principle to simplify enforcement for co-rec. So just know this penalty will always be enforced in the previous spot and it will carry a loss of down. And then you'll note additionally that whether this penalty is accepted or declined, the next down will remain closed. That is important to remember because if we have a foul for illegal male reception, whether that penalty again is accepted or declined, the subsequent down shall be closed. So let's delve a little bit into scoring plays and then we'll go through some examples. Understand that if we have a female passer and Team A scores a touchdown prior to a change of possession, that touchdown is worth 9 points. Additionally, if any female player scores a touchdown, like physically catches the pass in the end zone or carries the ball into the end zone, that is a 9-point touchdown as well. But note that any other touchdown is only worth 6 points, whether that's because a male passer threw the ball to a male player or with a male passer on the down, any male player scores, or following an interception, whether the passer was a male or a female. Once there's been an interception, we only care about the player that scores the touchdown. We don't care about the passer once there's been a change of possession. But those would all be 6-point touchdowns. Please note there's no score difference on the try, but open and closed status of the try would be entirely dependent upon the conditions under which the touchdown was scored. And we'll talk about that here with a couple of example plays. Additionally, note that because of the higher potential point values for touchdowns, the mercy rule is also increased for co-rec games. It's up to 25 points at or under the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter. That's different than 19. The reason for that is that two maximum scores. A maximum score in co-rec is 12 points, a 9-point touchdown and a 3-point try. 2 of those is 24, plus 1 is 25. So 25 is now our 3-possession game as it relates to the mercy rule. So let's delve into some specific play examples. So here are some examples, and I only have 4 players, and I'm only going to animate those players that I need to make the point, so you'll have to take the journey with me, if you will, here. But let's assume that for all of these plays, the down here is open. This will help us think about not just how much is the touchdown worth, but additionally, what will be the status of the try down. So on this play, a male passer takes the snap and throws a touchdown pass directly to a male receiver. As we mentioned on a previous slide, that's a 6-point score. Important to note additionally that this is a male-to-male completion on an open play. That means the try down will be closed. So 6 points, the try is closed. On this play, we have a female passer who completes a touchdown pass to a male receiver. This is a 9-point touchdown based on the criteria we established previously. And it's also important to note that the try down here will be open because we did not have a male-to-male completion. So 9 points, try is open. And here we have a male passer to a female receiver for a touchdown. Again, that is also a 9-point touchdown because the female player scored. And since we have a male passer and completed to a female for positive yards, the try will remain open. So this is a 9-point score, try will be open. All right, so we're going to add some elements here to the last 3 plays. So on this play, the male passer takes the snap and completes the initial pass to a female receiver. She then pitches back to another male player who scores a touchdown. Now here, we did not have a female quarterback, and a female player did not score a touchdown. That means that this score will be worth 6 points. However, it is important to note that we did have a male-to-female completion on the legal forward pass on this down, which means that the try will, of course, be open. So here it's a 6-point score, try will be open. On this play, we have a male quarterback take the snap and throw a legal forward pass to a male receiver who pitches back to a female player who scores a touchdown. So on this play, we have a female player scoring the touchdown. That makes this a 9-point score. However, we did have a legal forward pass completion from male to male. That means that the try here will be closed. So it is possible for us to have a 9-point score, but the try down be closed. And this is an example of that type of play. And finally, here we have a female passer who completes a pass to a male receiver, who then pitches back to another male player who ends up scoring a touchdown. So the value of this touchdown is 9 points because we had a Team A female quarterback. She threw the pass, and Team A scored without a change of possession. That makes this a 9-point score. Additionally, the try will remain open because of the female throwing of legal forward pass to a male player. So this is a 9-point touchdown, and the try remains open. On this play, we have a female passer who completes a legal forward pass to a male receiver, and then that male player throws a backward pass to another male player who scores a touchdown. This is a 9-point score based on our principles from earlier because we had a Team A female passer who throws a pass and Team A scores prior to a change of possession. So this is a 9-point touchdown. Additionally, note that because we had a female passer and the play resulted in positive yards, the subsequent try down in this case will be open. So this is a 9-point touchdown. The subsequent try will be open. I hope you found this module helpful as it relates to understanding the rules of COREC as advancing and scoring and who can play and all of those kinds of things related to a legal game. I hope you continue to have a great season and keep up the great work.